What's up and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. We've got the 6.0 getting fired up. We've got the Diamond C dump trailer hooked up. We've got a load of dirt in the Diamond C dump trailer. And we're gonna be heading over to James's house today. I've mentioned it in the last few videos. We've been working on, well, mostly James has been working on a pretty sweet pit bike track over at his house. And we're pretty much gonna finalize it today. I believe that is the plan. And well, that's where this load of dirt is gonna end up going. We actually took it from his house yesterday. I was doing some photos and stuff for Diamond C. So we're basically just gonna bring his dirt back to him. But before we do, a lot of people have been asking about my sunglasses. Weirdly, one of the most common questions I ever get on this channel is what sunglasses I wear. And previously, I was always wearing electric swing arms. I wore those sunglasses for years, and the reason being is they didn't squeeze your head. They were very lightweight and extremely comfortable. I get headaches if anything squeezes my head or my temples or anything weird like that. So I loved those electric swing arms, but when I first started buying them, they were like $40 sunglasses on Amazon. Now they're $100. Well, at $100 a pop, I'm open to other options. So I've got these heat waves. These are from HYPERLITE.com. These things are awesome. They do not squeeze your head. They're actually significantly bigger, so you get more coverage. I love these glasses. I did not think I was going to, but I do. So if you guys want them, HeatWaveVisual.com, use code Dmaxryno10, get you 10% off, and at least bring a little bit of the cost down for you. Because if you're like me and you use your glasses and you're in the trades, you probably damage your glasses a lot like I do. Oh, and check this out, y'all. We're gonna come around the corner. Hopefully there's not too much glare. We've got the gate right there, and she should start to open right now. Look at that. Boom. Hopefully you guys can see that with all the glare. So if you watched the previous video where I kind of dialed it in and it wasn't really working that great with the golf cart, I did not change the settings at all. It works perfectly with the trucks and actual real vehicles. All righty, we're showing up. I got you.
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
I'm thinking, originally we were gonna put it here.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna grab a couple loads of the dump truck real quick too.
Okay.
So do you think you could get this backed up in that one type berm so we can put a little bit more of a bowl on it?
Yeah.
So like zigzag back that way?
Yeah. Let me weasel my way in there.
All right.
Dude.
What's up, buddy?
This thing runs like a top. It's got cruise control.
Alrighty, y'all, so we've got our first load dumped since we've got two vehicles, even though a dump trailer is not the quickest thing in the world. My dump truck is currently at my neighbor's. He's working on getting that clutch dialed in, so otherwise we'd be using that. But we got James's buddy. He's gonna be using the OBS dump truck, and then I'll be using the dump trailer right now. So if you can see right there, there's a pretty good sized pile of dirt. That's where we've been pulling from. That was James's old 110 track that he pulled apart to build this thing, and I'll give you a whole run through of that in a second. But right now, since we've got two vehicles, we're just gonna try and bring that whole pile over to the track so we can shape up a couple of more berms that are pretty badly needed. Now, I'm not lying when I say I overload this trailer pretty much every time I use it. So if that's not a testament to these Diamond C trailers, I don't know what is. You can order them at a much higher rated trailer if you want it, right? If you want a 30,000 pound dump trailer, you can order that. Yeah, throw one more in there, let's see. Really, the only thing limiting me at this point is the truck. You can see how much we are squatting. We're also on a little bit of a hump right here. Yeah, these trailers are freaking impressive. Again, the hydraulic ram in the front, it's a little bit slower than the traditional scissor that's underneath, but it is infinitely stronger to where, I don't want to jinx it, but we have not had a load in here that we have not been able to dump out. Whereas I've definitely seen guys load their scissor lift dump trailers before, and they get to the dump and it's just not strong enough to lift it. They're too far forward with their load or whatever it may be, and then they're unloading by hand. And with dirt, that's no fun. You don't want to do that. All right, let's see if the old 6.0's up for it. Oh yeah, oh, let's get tired. It's a little muddy right here when we're pulling out. No problemo. Now here's where a wireless controller would be great, because honestly, I could just leave the rear spreader gate open, not have to open these up, and really from in the cab, I would be able to dump this, start lifting it as we're getting close, and then kind of reduce my cycle times, because number one, I would do it all from the cab without getting out, but I could also start driving away as I'm bringing the box back down. Might not be the best thing for the hinges to do that, but you know, it's a risk I would take. That's pretty heavy, and it has been raining for the last couple of days, and this thing dumps it no problem. I need somebody just to sit in the bed with the controller. There we go, we all dumped, we're empty, there we go. Meanwhile, Josh over there is quick and easy dumping in the dump truck. I do think the Diamond C holds more though, significantly more. You know, I've never checked how much cord we actually have. I wonder if I could run this through that back window and get this into the cab. Oh man, if Diamond C would have gave me like 3 extra feet, we'd be okay. I'm still gonna try it though. I'll just have to reach into the back seat. I don't know how to pop this back window. It looks like the lock has broken off. Did it ever have a lock? I've never tried to open this back window. What's going on here? Well, so much for that. I'll try it in the back side window. I don't know if this is gonna be any quicker. This is probably dumb. I'm probably gonna end up ripping my remote off. So if you guys don't know, on these dump trailers, and I know a couple other brands do it as well, but this back gate will open up 2 different ways. So you've got your big swing gates here. Right, now this is your traditional style dump trailer. And then down here, we've got the spreader gate. So if we unlock this thing will now open like a traditional dump truck. And it's heavy enough that it'll hold itself down to where we don't have to worry about that right now. Let's get this up out the way so we don't lose it. Okay, let's give this a shot. And hopefully we don't rip this controller out of the trailer when we're making a turn, because that would be bad. This might work, guys. I might be able to reach this. A little sketchy. I don't know if I'm flexible enough for this, but let's give it a shot here. I'm gonna start raising it up now as we're driving, and we're getting close to where we're going. I don't want anything to come out that tailgate, but I don't think we're gonna quite get that high. Let's see. Here we go. Keep going up. Keep going up. I'm telling you, 3 feet longer on this remote would be a game changer right now. But I'm already feeling more comfortable. I mean, other than my shoulder feels like it's gonna pop out of its socket, but yeah, this might be the way to go right here if we're doing a bunch of trips. Not too bad, not too bad. But my favorite thing is when we're driving away, I can now lower it back down and not have to worry about getting out for that. Let's see, we just jumped to our second stage. Hopefully the dirt's not too wet that it gets kind of stuck up in the spreader gate, but I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna be an issue. One day I will have a wireless remote for this thing. Well, it looks like we're dumping. I see the dirt coming out. Did we dump it all? That's the question. I believe so. I'm gonna go double check just because this is our first time. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. We are solid. All the dirt is out. Got a nice pile. Looking good, looking good. There you can see the spreader gate in action. Get stuff done a little bit quicker around here. So this is probably my favorite part. It's the fact that I can now go back to the pile while the box is still going down. I mean, my cycle time right there was pretty much the same as the dump truck. That's good news. And we just touched down all the way with the box. That was perfect timing. Alrighty, y'all, I just did another load and my cycle time was actually faster than the dump truck cycle time, and while moving more dirt. So I think the wireless remote is going to be the key to a dump trailer being like just all encompassing a badass solution. So I might go work on my own homegrown wireless solution for this thing. The reason I don't have one, I know a lot of dump trailers do, is because there's the dual function, right? The hydraulic pump for this trailer powers the hydraulic tongue jack as well as the telescopic ram for the box. So I need a solution that can do both. I need a double button wireless remote. So not only did we get our cycle times faster with the dump trailer than the dump truck tapped out. So on that thing, it's an old gasser OBS, and eventually when the tranny gets too hot, it starts to dump transmission fluid. So it already reached its kind of maximum there. So the last little bit here, the last couple of loads are just going in the dump trailer, but we made pretty good time of moving that pile, considering the other day was just me and James, and it took us quite a while using the old dump truck over there. Having 2 vehicles moving dirt definitely speeds things up. Okay, so we've got both pit bikes ready to go, and you might be wondering, Rhino, how are you gonna get 2 pit bikes, let alone 1 with a flat tire, over to James's? Let's show you. gotta say, guys, I'm thoroughly surprised the mini truck made it up on here, but I don't think I've shown this in any of my videos. Check out the sweet Camaro jump that these guys built. So there's this full steel I-beams sitting on top of old power lines or telephone poles with a decent amount of weight of dirt on top. It is skinned, it has plastic over top of it, and James has parked the 299 up here, which don't quote me, but I think the 299 skid steers weigh like 12,000 pounds or something like that. This thing is super, super solid and a pretty sick idea for an old piece of junk Camaro. Don't tell James I said it was a piece of junk. Alrighty, so James and them got the water truck over here wetting down all the dirt that we just brought over, even though we did get a bunch of rain. Once we got deep into that pile, it was a little bit dusty, but now that he's kind of spread it out and he's kind of mixing it in with the water, it doesn't look like we brought over very much dirt at all. What me and Josh would like to do is to build like 2 little rollers at like an angle, so you can kind of hip jump them if you want. The one thing about this track is James wants to keep it mellow enough that his kids can have fun on it, and then we can cut lips in when we want to actually, like, you know, get a little crazy with it. So rollers and stuff like that, everything out here is kind of a tabletop. That way his kids can still have fun on the track. But I think right here, 2 rollers that are like far enough apart that you can use them as rollers, and then maybe when, you know, you get a little froggy coming with speed, you can hit it as like a little left hand hip jump. I hear you work on pit bikes.
I spray myself in the eye.
I would say I've got one more fun for you than that 100 that doesn't run very well, but I don't know if changing a tire on a 12-inch rim is more fun. I hate doing it, but I feel like you're qualified.
I'd say so.
All right, let's get this one unloaded. This thing has seen some better days. The donkeys used to knock this over every time they were hanging out on the front porch. So anytime I ever change out a tube on these tiny tires, I always pinch them. And there's nothing more frustrating than finally getting it on, because it's also hard to get this stupid tire on when they're this small. And then you air it up, and then there's a leak, and you got to start the whole process over.
Yep.
So let's see if she'll fire up. She's been sitting for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Honda's where it's at for these things. Okay, so the 110 is in Josh's good hands there. Getting that tube swapped out. James has to go run and grab his barbecue, so I'm gonna try to shape what not much dirt we have here into something kind of fun for now, and then later we'll bring some more dirt over and probably turn it more into that hip jump that I wanted. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what I built. Shout out to anybody that builds tracks for a living or is good at building tracks. It is not easy. So again, the plan at some point is 2 rollers here that you can kind of use as a little hip jump. But for now, it's just one big roller. I put a little bit of a lip right here, and then that side's a little more mellow. Maybe, just maybe, you can get a little something going. It's also pretty small, so probably not. I'll give you guys a little walkthrough of the track here. It's pretty cool. You know, it's just the right size that you can have a bunch of people on it and have fun and nobody's gonna die. Just built this berm up. We had this significantly lower, and it was like super like angled, like really, really mellow slope. Whereas a berm, you want it to be a little bit steeper, which is, again, not easy to do. This is about the best I could do with the skid steer. I've seen guys that do mountain bike trails and they use excavators to do it, and I did think about bringing my excavator over here, but I got a little bit lazy. But to the guys that build like the supercross tracks and stuff, you guys are impressive, because it's not easy shaping this stuff properly. We got this big berm that James did the other day. This one's actually really, really nice. And then obviously the big Camaro jump. So let's take you up to the top of the Camaro jump and give you a little course overview. And then once everybody gets kind of running here, you'll see, you'll probably get a better idea versus me just pointing and talking to myself on camera. So if we come down from the jump, we got a nice berm right there to a roller to a little table that brings you around the back side of that tree to this little table. Then you got our like crazy kind of serpent. You got a berm to berm. This one actually needs to be a bigger berm, but we need to bring more dirt in. to a pretty good sized table right there. We actually just cut a lip in it that has not had a lip in it previously. And then going over to where James is where we put that hip in, which brings you back around to this side. There is, it's kind of a roller-ish, not quite table, doesn't really have a lip, to another one. Bring you around this berm, hit this little table, underneath the tree to the big, I think this is eventually going to be the finish line jump, the big Camaro jump. It's a pretty fun track. It's definitely a seat bounce track. You're not really standing up when you're riding this thing. And let me tell you, my old derriere the other day was definitely getting chafed, because if you guys, you know, ride pit bikes and stuff and you're kind of riding hard in the berms, you're constantly shifting on your seat. And yeah, I got a little rash on my tuchus the other day. That was not comfortable. So we're wearing jeans today. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Alrighty guys, we'll get the old 110 fired up. So this thing, it's bored out to a 132 now, but I never updated my tunes for the 132. So she takes a little bit to warm up. She still rips, but I feel like she would rip even better if I actually updated the tune for the 132 kit. So we'll let her get warmed up for a little bit, and then we'll go see how bad I am at building lips and how sketchy I just made everything. Now, just a disclaimer, this track is not massive, right? These jumps aren't like super crazy, gnarly, but everything is bigger in person than when you're actually looking at it on a GoPro. GoPro like shrinks everything, makes everything seem like less bumpy, less big, whatever it may be. We ain't setting records out here jumping, but it's big enough to be fun. So it is super hard to roll around with the GoPro on my little head strap here. Every time I hit a bump, it goes and it starts to mush down on my face. So that's not really gonna work. But the slip is kind of gnarly. It definitely throws you up more than out, and we don't have a ton of room to gain some speed right here. So we'll see when Josh comes and hits it right now. Josh got the tube fixed on the 110, so thank you to him for that. But let's see, obviously he's on a stock 110 on a bike he's never ridden until 3 minutes ago, but yeah, we got a ways to go to clear that one. Currently riding one-handed, trying to hold the camera. Woo. It's a little soft right there before the Camaro jump. I feel like at some point I gotta grab a helmet, you know?
Today's just play mode.
I know, I was like, I just put my helmet.
Yeah.
Dad's like, don't be stupid, you always get hurt on pit bikes.
So James got his 100. You can hear it needs a little bit of a tune-up.
Dude, it's so steep on that bike too. I have to turn the hat backwards. Oh yeah, that's the key.
That's luxury right there, James.
Saving the environment over here.
But not using the battery?
Yeah, kickstart.
All right, what are you, 6'3", 6'4"? 6'4" on a stock 110. Look, oh.
That didn't take long.
All right, all right.
Get muddy.
James, you didn't have to do that for the video.
Just for you.
Your foot peg's up. You're a little gummed up there.
Oh. These are my new pants.
All right, all right.
That's why. That's way too long.
So stock 110s are pretty small. James is looking to upgrade though, get something newer than his 100. Oh.
Down to rock.
I can't do this. I'm too big for this thing. That's too small. Too small. That's okay. I'll stick to my crappy 100 for now.
So one of the things again we're lacking over here is just having enough dirt. And obviously you guys are probably saying right now you guys are on tons of acreage, you have dirt everywhere, but It's a matter of getting it here. So even having both of us running today for a little bit, I mean, you could just spend days and days and days moving as much material over as it would take. So Josh is doing a little bit of pushing this berm over, I think. Tiny little baby berms here. I gotta say, this little hippity hoppity thingy over here turned out to be not too bad. It's a little funky, but it ain't too bad. Once we get more dirt and we build our second one, and then we make it like a hip roller thing, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. All right, so today I learned I'm not an FPV drone pilot, and tried to give you guys like a whole lap while actually making it look like we're going over the jumps, and that didn't quite work as planned. So now, let's see, Josh is tearing apart this side of the track. Let's see what he's doing. I know he wanted some rollers over here, so this is the straightaway before you hit the Camaro jump, and it had that little table there before, and looks like we're building a very spaced out whoop section. Interesting, interesting. Whoops on pit bikes are kind of another ball game. Alrighty, I'll see you, Josh. I hate that I'm filming on a GoPro, because with like the piles of dirt here, it probably looks like there's nothing there and we're just complaining about nothing. Josh is 7 foot tall, so that just, for perspective, on a, he's on a 250.
Yeah.
Your section back there is gonna really fuck this.
Oh, it's so sketchy.
Say, guys, this track is going to be super fun when we get 3 or 4 or 5 of us going. When we start the Get Muddy Ranch Race League. That's a trip. You could totally feel this whole bridge move. So down in that corner right there, it is also, it's like super dry, loamy. Like as soon as you hit it, you're just bogged down because you have like zero traction. You just dig into this like silt bed. So definitely takes a lot to kind of clear this Camaro jump. I have to be on it fully with the 130 kit. There you go. Josh is getting close on the stock 110. And the lip's like pretty mellow. Now some of you guys may be watching a bunch of grown men on kids bikes. Let me tell you guys, some of the most fun you'll ever have is on pit bike. I have way more fun on these than I do on full-size bikes. And like, you're not gonna, well, I shouldn't say you're not gonna die, but you're probably not gonna get hurt that bad if something goes wrong. Great work, buddy.
Oh, that's fun.
Catch him. cloud of dust behind you right there.
It's so steep, man.
You know, once you guys do a couple of laps, actually playing around, you know?
Yeah.
We realize how old we are.
Oh yeah. Way out of shape.
Let's see, Nike, the official shoe of pit bike racing right here. Is it too late to put a disclaimer, James, that you should wear a helmet and, you know, the proper riding attire?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, no.
Never too late.
Don't be like us.
Don't be like us.
This is the testing phase.
They don't call us test dummies for nothing. All right, we let Josh hop on my bike, see how he likes a fully modded out 110. He got his helmet, he's being smart. Helmet and gloves.
Oh, it feels so good.
I think that's what he's been missing. I don't know if I want him on one. I won't be able to keep up with him if he
My boots are too big for the brake pedal.
I feel like if anybody's gonna get it today,
It'd be him.
it's gonna be him. James brought up a change. What do you think we should do?
This is gonna be a change order for sure.
All right.
We're gonna bring that up probably another foot, which will set it back just a little bit more. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we bring the whole top of it up a foot.
That'd be
So
cool.
bring like a foot in on each side.
Be a little easier to see from this angle. I know dirt on dirt on dirt. It's kind of hard to differentiate, but he thinks if we bring this up a little bit higher, it'll actually, you know, basically your takeoff will end up being here instead of back here now, and give us a little more of a shot. You don't have a whole lot of space right there to run up. I think I know where his next paycheck's going.
Or three.
Or three. Whoa. Got a little sideways on that one.
A little sideways.
A little better, modified.
A lot better. Like my boots are so big for that brake pedal.
Yeah.
I have to ride real wide.
I never use it. I just downshift and it locks it up just as much as if you were to use it. Alrighty, y'all. Well, that was a super fun day. We got the bikes all loaded up. Jump back in the old mini motocross hauler. Head back to the ranch. Huge thank you to James for hosting us, letting us hang out and come play over here. I was kind of bummed that our track got a little overgrown at our house, but this track is like way cooler than what we had at a much bigger scale. So super excited. We still have a little bit more work to do on it, a couple things to dial in and change, and then hopefully we can get a big group of people out here and do a little bit of racing. Like I said earlier, y'all, if you have not played around on some pit bikes with your buddies, you know, bashing each other, knocking each other off your bikes, like, It's just a whole different level of fun on a dirt bike, that's for sure.
Damn. Yeah.